Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Salem. A town this old is bound to have some unbelievable stories.
I appreciate you coming here, Drew.
What can you tell me about where the fire happened?
It's called the Hathorn House. And now my cousin May is suspected of committing arson on the most important historic mansion in Salem.
Can I ask some questions?
Look, I appreciate you want help, but I don't want you dragging all that up and upsetting May.
Nancy Drew, you're just like everyone else. Just want a front seat to the freak show.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop it right there. What? Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Alicia. Hello my kittens. How are you? My name is Austin, and today we're actually doing something a little bit different. Yesterday, Her Interactive released their trailer for Midnight in Salem. Oh my freaking gosh. I think this was kind of sudden for us, actually. I think they told us that they were going to release the trailer the day before the release. At least that's what I understood. But the fact they released the trailer like 3 to 4 days before the actual release is, in my personal opinion, impressive. They actually released it sooner than they told us, and they felt they were prepared enough, or at least they thought that it would be better to tell us what is going on and what the game is going to be like. Yeah, so, I mean, I would play the full trailer, but I will leave that up to you, because honestly, I had no intention of playing the full trailer. Actually, no, I did have full intention on playing the full trailer, but I want to keep it a surprise. If you want to watch the trailer yourself, you can go to, of course, Nancy Drew. That is their channel name, so that is pretty convenient. I love that. Official trailer for the 33rd installment. Yeah, game releases December 3rd. So, I'm gonna try very hard not to diss the game right now. Instead, I'm just gonna point out what I've seen. Let's start at the beginning. 1. The animation is beautiful. The cinematics is beautiful. I mean, it does look a little off, but it looks right. This is perfect. This is beautiful. Alright, you're hearing my opinions now. This is what everyone in the comment section is pissed about. I'm not surprised though. I am not surprised. Because guess what? This is Her Interactive's first time using Unity. What did you expect? I'm not going to defend Her Interactive, and I'm not going to defend Unity, but I am just going to state facts here. Because honestly, everyone's giving it so much negativity. They're not giving it any optimism. Well, alright. I admit there are some people who are giving it some positive thoughts, some optimism, but not very well. So let's go to the comments section, shall we? Right now, there's close to 700 comments. And of course, I'm in the mixture of it. And there's one particular thread that I actually really got involved with. Because seriously, I really liked it. So Karis, or Karis, however you pronounce it, they actually commented something I actually really liked. So general, characters don't look great, looks like a 1990s game. Aside, I feel so bad for the person in charge of responding to these YouTube comments that say the same thing about the characters. Comment replier, person, I hope you're alright. Sad face. After reading so many comments of negativity about the character designs and the lip syncing of the audio, yeah, I didn't think of that. I forgot about that part. Like you see right now, I responded to that. Gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I do hope you're well, ND host. Remember to write all the opinions and suggestions so that her interactive doesn't falter even more. Because honestly, yeah, you look to the side and there are already people who, death in life, don't. There are already people doing react videos of the trailer. Yeah, this is not good. Even Michael Gray is involved with this. I'm disappointed. Again, this is my opinion. Do not take my opinions personal, seriously. But this thread here is just beautifully done. Not just on my part, but just from what everyone is saying here. So like, another person said, I feel bad too, but it's kind of embarrassing. And another said, the only thing that the host is repeating is thanking people for the feedback and saying they'll inform the team. That's it. What did you expect? What do you expect? And of course I replied saying, they can only do so much. This was like last night. This was last night when this thread happened. I had to reply because I did not want the thread to go out of control. So I commented, just trying to simmer it down, saying, the host is just trying to keep things calm and simple, just trying to make sure that everything is in order, that everyone knows that they've been heard. That's what they're doing. They're just making sure that people are being heard. They're making sure that they're reading our comments, which is a good thing. Because Her Interactive, you need to improve. I love it when you improve. You need to learn from this. And of course, I think this was at the same time as my response. The original poster, Karis, responded to Siren Sima. Yeah, I totally get that they pretty much just say the same thing, but imagine how negative it must be for that person working for a company and it being your job to sit there and type the same thing over and over to mostly negative comments. Don't get me wrong, it's 100% justified because for 4 years of development, the graphics remind me of Half-Life early 2000s models. But I imagine it's very depressing being their marketing and PR people. They aren't in control of anything, but still get the blunt force of all the negativity. That is a very solid point. That is a very solid point, and I love that. And then another person added, they're getting paid, so don't worry about them. Every criticism I've seen has been respectful. Respectful, yes. Don't worry about them? I'm not gonna ignore that. And some other person, I did not see this until now, as well as Kara's response. All the replies are cut and paste responses, about 3 of them. They're most likely coming from a click farm in India by someone getting paid on speed and couldn't care less. Oh my gosh, that is rude. I don't care if you're right or not, but that is rude. Her Interactive is in Washington. If they are paying someone in India, that is their fault. That is their mistake. But assuming that is just rude. But of course, I wanted to, again, respond to try to calm things at least a little bit. Or not calm it, but just be a little reasonable. So I replied to this person here. I do not know what country they're from. I do not recognize those symbols. Because if I assume which country it is, I know I'm going to get it incorrect. And so I'm not going to say it. Or say them. List them off. I'm not going to do that. It'd be rude and I don't want to dig myself a hole. So I am actually going to respond here. Okay, so when I first watched this video, I actually went through all the comments before commenting my thoughts on the video, because I wanted to make sure that I not only put in my 2 cents, but that I was accurate from the facts of what I learned from the comments section. Because like a lot of people looking through this were kind of mean. They were all pretty mean. Most of it was mean. Some were saying, I look forward to it, I can't wait, I'm excited, I've been waiting for this game since 2015. I don't remember who it was. I hope I don't find it. Honestly. I remember finding a comment that was basically saying, this is the worst I've seen of your games. I am not going to support your games anymore. and just keep playing the games that I currently own. I understand what you're saying. You don't have to be that upfront with them. If you're going to say that, say it to them privately. This is where I get frustrated about privacy and politeness and being yourself. This is the problem I had when I was being trained and being in Seattle for Special Olympics as a representative, as a PR assistant. I had to think of not just my image, but Special Olympics image. I still have to do that, but I still have to be me, you know? So what's happening here is basically the same thing. Of course you should be yourself, but that does not excuse you for being rude to them. If you want to voice your opinion, that is basically saying, I don't like what you're doing. If you're not going to give them a thorough explanation of why you're not going to do it, email them, call them, do it privately. We don't want to see your insults online. We don't want to see your insults in public, because it will hurt other people's feelings, not just the company's. It does not excuse you. I missed the intro. It's up to you as Nancy Drew. Oh, man. So, yeah, look at this. I've been waiting for this game since I started middle school. I'm in 3rd year of high school now. Smiley face. They're still gonna get the game. This is cool. Never mind the graphics. The story looks dope, and it looks like a much more interactive line of characters. I'm psyched. Yes, this is what I want to see. I'm very excited to play it. It looks like it has decent puzzles and really engaging story, but I also can't avoid mentioning the graphics. It looks like it was made in The Sims 2, haha. Well, it doesn't matter to me as long as the game is interesting. Thank you so much. And what is their response? Thanks, Catherine, we appreciate your support. They actually used her name. I haven't seen them use people's names, at least not from what I remember. Yeah, they're using people's names now. Thanks for your patience. I've not seen that line. Yeah, this is so freaking bad. Why is the animation so bad? It's been 5 years in the making. Like I said in the beginning, this is the first time they used the Unity engine. Even though it took them 4 years to make, what did you expect? When you first played Assassin's Creed, when you first played Sims 1, what did you think? You thought, yeah, this is so cool, this is a great game. Yeah, the audio doesn't sync well with the characters. Yeah, the characters don't really look that great, but it's so freaking cool. Just give it time. Oh my gosh, I did not see this. What does it say? I've been a loyal Nancy Drew game fan since Secrets Can Kill came out when I was a little girl. Now I'm almost 30 and have played every single game since, hoping that it stays like that for me, because after seeing this, I really wish I didn't feel as disappointed as I do. I'm agreeing with all the feedback about this one's graphics just being, well, horrible. My immediate thought was that her must be trying something completely different, and it just backfired. A lot of the details and settings, I agree that they look like they are not even finished, and the character voice synchronization is so off. The storyline is great, and the settings do have great potential to be beautiful just like the other games, but I'm not sure what the developers or artists were going for with these graphics. I wouldn't be upset at all if her delayed the release date to polish this up a bit and take time to perfect it to our normal standards and expectations. I don't know if I can even purchase this without constantly comparing it to all the other fantastic Nancy Drew games. The story is worth waiting for, in my opinion. We all know that her can do so much better than this. The story is worth waiting for, but from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like it's just Alibi and Ashes meets Ghost of Thornton Hall. But we'll see. I mean, I don't even know what the book is based off of currently. Just a few more things I want to bring up, because I do want to show what I said. So this is what I said here. Dang, character design does not look so hot. Dare I say it, it reminds me of The Longest Journey, and that was 2004. I know everyone keeps saying Sims, but for me, I use games that I've played, not what everyone else has played. I'm not a big fan of it. Certain environments look really good, and I somewhat like the puzzle layouts. One of them does look like it's going to be complicated just because of the movement mechanics. It's been a while, but I am familiar with the Unity engine. In my personal opinion, I think whether the feedback / funds with the game tank or not, you should try creating your own engine. Don't just stick with what you know. Take what you learned from Unity and add your own stuff to it. And I mean that. Going back to their old engine after Unity, probably not the best idea, because everyone, of course, will want the newest stuff that they've been producing, like they did with Sea of Darkness. Of course, Sea of Darkness was beautiful. It was beautifully done. I would have to admit it was much better than Labyrinth of Lies, because the animation was better, the details to the character design was better. I don't know how else to explain it. But going back to that, it's just not going to be the same after they just used the Unity engine. I think what they should do is to create a new engine for their company and use what they learned from Unity to add to that engine. And that way, with that engine, they can just improve what they know, and year after year, they can just try to, produce the games that they originally wanted for the new generation. Because I get it. You want to bring in more gamers. I don't know what else to say. Anyways, let's continue on with what I wrote. As for the voice of Nancy, I actually like it, and I really do. It's refreshing to hear a younger voice. I do have to admit that I was tired of hearing Lottie Manila. As much as I love her, it was time. Her altered voice for Nancy has been faltering these past 5 games, not to mention she's not getting any younger. I bring this every single time I play the Nancy Drew games, with all of you beautiful kittens and viewers. If you have not noticed Nancy's voice getting older, or cracking, or dare I say it's sounding plain wrong, then it's not her interactor's fault for firing her, just because she's difficult to work with. That's probably not just the only reason they fired her. It's time to move to a new actress. I'm not disagreeing with them, and I'm not agreeing with them. I'm just saying it was about time for them to go to a different actress. And the next part I said was, I already have pre-ordered the game. Once I start the recording for my channel, I will be as optimistic as I can be. No promises though, I've been reviewing the games with the books lately, and I really have been. If you have not noticed, even the games that are not Nancy Drew, I have been reviewing the games from what I know from game development. In all honesty, I don't know any game development from my experience, from what I learned on those people's experience of the game development. And of course, people's critiques of those game developments. I watch Achievement Hunters. I watch some of the Rooster Teeth stuff. They always talk about the ins and outs of how a game should work. And that has helped me so much on what I should be looking for into a video game. And I gotta tell you, I think it's helped me. Don't you think? I mean, yeah, I may be critiquing a lot of the games a little too harshly, but I think it's been helping. Yeah, everyone just had such high expectations. Because, honestly, when I found out that the game was going to be released last year, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And then when I found out they pushed it to this year, I'm like, oh. And then they pushed it to the fall. I'm like, oh. So my expectation, I told myself, I'm not going to expect anything high. I'm not going to expect anything low. I'm just going to see what it looks like. From what I see here, it looks like they updated it. So let's see what they said. Noobish95. The trailer at the end of Sea of Darkness gave me such hope, and then I hung in there with the rest of the Lifetime fans as Her tried to redo their systems and figure out a new way to grow. I rode the roller coaster of release dates followed by those dates getting pushed back. After waiting patiently for 4 years, I am disappointed. I as well, but I am still giving it hope. I hope against odds that this turns out better than the trailer, or at least gives enough revenue for Her to make a better second attempt. I hope so too. I was really looking forward to this storyline and will wait to see gameplay on YouTube to decide if I will buy it or not. But I am a bit heartbroken to see the franchise I loved and spoke so highly of releasing a 4-year project at its current state. Best advice I can give, listen to your fans. Look at Dragon Age. Origins rocked, and then Dragon Age 2 came out and left us all wanting more. It took them years as well, but they gave us the gem that is Inquisition and won so many lost fans back and gained new fans. Improvement that I could see from the trailer needs to be refining the characters, their movements, and even their graphics. They are honestly hard to look at compared to your previous work. While some scenes look gorgeous, others fall flat and leave it looking unfinished. True. I'm sure her and all their staff has been hard at work, and when fans don't react well, it can be hard to take. We love you guys, which is why we are voicing our concerns. It is why we are still here after waiting 4 years. Please don't give up and take what we offer and grow. Make it better. I wish you the best of luck. And this update must have happened, I guess, while I was sleeping. I don't know. But let's read this part. Not sure how many other fans just patiently waited and didn't pay much mind to what was happening with her since 2015. I tried to, but I couldn't find much. But after reading several of the comments, I decided to do some digging, and what I found left me fuming and honestly disgusted a bit. Thank you. Made me disgusted a little bit too. I hope for the remaining staff that they can continue working and doing what they love. But for those fans that, like me, had no idea, here is what I found. Over half the original staff was let go back in 2015. Roughly around 13 employees from what I found. Seems most likely due to financial issues. Many of those employees had been there for over a decade. Yikes. The previous CEOs couldn't figure out how to fix the financial pinch her was in, so it fell onto the current CEO, who then directed her into the Unity server instead of the server specially made by her, meaning the style we all loved was made by her developers just for their games. And Lonnie, was let go to find a local Seattle voice that sounded younger, but according to the interviews, it also sounded like a financial decision as well. What left me utterly upset was the fact that her was silent about this as best as they could. They continued on with social media and everything as if nothing happened and just gave us the release date has been pushed back. It honestly took me a bit to find articles on the issues they were facing, and now I get why so many people were upset and leaving the fan base. I encourage everyone to do your own research, not just take my word, because it's not just hearsay. I wish her would have been upfront about their issues and asked for fan feedback before going radio silent on us. Like the fact that if they needed to branch out to be more relevant, they could have gone the educational side and promoted to schools and autism communities. I use Nancy Drew games to help my autistic brother focus and use his mind in a different way by solving puzzles. And for a kid that had ADHD, bipolar, and autism, guess what? These games helped him to be able to calm down and focus and recenter his day. I miss the old Her Interactive, and I wish the best for those let go and those still working. But at this point, I think you lost me as a supporter. Wow! That is yikes. I don't know where I stand anymore. I honestly don't. But as far as their comments, as far as feedback and passing along their comments, I really hope they do. Because honestly, just from this comment section alone, a lot of people are saying that they're not going to support Her Interactive anymore, financially or emotionally. That sucks. Just because of this one game, you guys are being really harsh. But I mean, from this, I understand. But from just the one game, that's harsh. I'm gonna have to think this through. But this comment helps me think a little bit more, though. After having let virtually all of their old development team go, this game was outsourced to an entirely different group of people overseas. The end result really should come as no surprise. I will admit to a bit of surprise that the end result is actually worse than what I was prepared for, and that is really disheartening. Yeah, same here. I knew that the end result was not going to be good. So, well, I mean, not worse, but what is this comment? Oh, that's a long comment. They're like, for me, they're like Disney, a company that makes you happy, that makes you dream with their wonderful games and stories. That's true, man. I'm a huge fan of their games and of Nancy Drew because of them, and that won't ever change. I love that. That's a beautiful thought. If they do have financial issues that doesn't show, are you kidding me? Have always been of great quality. That's true. All right. I don't fully understand why they had to switch game engines either. I think they did it because they want to bring in more gamers from a different area. And that part I do understand. They want to broaden their fan base. They want to get their fan base even bigger. And I think that's the one path they chose wrong. I mean, I'm not saying they chose wrong. It's just I understand the path they chose. I think what they did and the process of that path was wrong. So I think that's the best we're going to get right now. Like I said in my comments, my solo comments on the video, I will be as positive and optimistic as I can be. No promises though. Seriously, no promises. Because I'm going to be brutal with my review. Of course, Michael Gray and a couple of other people, they're going to be even more brutal because they know more about game development than I do. Because Michael Gray has actually made his own game. 2, in fact. I think he's already working on a 3rd one. I'm not going to talk about his book. As a writer myself, I'm not saying it. I would be thinking a hole for myself on that particular topic. Anywho, I think that is going to be it, my beautiful kittens and viewers. I hope I helped you decide on whether to get the game or not. You could wait until Steam gets it. I don't know if they will or not. You could wait until the price of the game gets lower, which will probably take at least a year or 2, but who knows. As I said though, I hope I helped you figure out whether to get the game or not. As for whether to support Her Interactive after this, I will leave that up to you. And I have a lot of thinking to do. So, I think that will be it for today, and I will bid you all adieu. I will talk to you all in the next video, which will be Nancy Drew, Labyrinth of Flies, Part 6. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, smash that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this channel, go ahead and click that ugly red subscribe button, make it that beautiful gray, as well as that bell icon right next to it. That will notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as well as Sundays, and even Wednesdays, which are late videos, and vlogs, which rarely happen. And I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rascally Rabbit, saying goodbye. Stay awesome and stay on YouTube! Just wow. This game really is going to ride on how I'm going to support them.